All right, football fans, buckle up because this transfer window is serving pure chaos. Roma thought they had Jadon Sancho in the bag, rejected. Tottenham tried to break records for Savinho, blocked. And Manchester United? They're about to announce another surprise signing, but it's not who you think. From rejected loans, impossible bids, and last-minute twists, this deadline week is already shaping up like a soap opera. And trust me, it's only getting messier. Hit like, smash subscribe, and let's go. Manchester United fans, looks like FABRIZIO Romano has just dropped another, here we go, almost. So far this summer, United have been busy. Sesko, in. Cunha, in. Mbeumo, in. That's around £200 million splashed just to fix the attack, and honestly, compared to last season's options, it looks like a major glow-up. But, let's be real, the rebuild isn't finished. Because while the front line looks shiny, United still have two big problems. Goalkeeper and defensive midfield. Andre Onana, coming off a nightmare season. Altay by India? Let's not sugarcoat it, he's backup material. United desperately needs someone new between the sticks. And apparently, they found their man. Step forward, Senne Lammens. Now, some fans were dreaming of Emi Martinez, or even Donnarumma. Yeah, no. Instead, United are zeroing in on Royal Antwerp's 23-year-old Belgian shot-stopper. He's got U21 caps, 64 senior appearances, 12 clean sheets, and crucially, he's affordable. Translation, he won't eat the rest of United's budget alive. Here's where it gets interesting. Romano says personal terms are basically done, and the clubs are close on a fee. In fact, Lammens was left out of Antwerp's game on Sunday. And you know what that usually means. Best for all parties, according to BBC's Simon Stone, which is football code for, yeah, he's already packing his bags. United are pushing hard to beat off interest from France and Italy because other clubs fancy him too. But at this point, it looks like Old Trafford is about to be his next stop. Of course, the deal's not signed yet, and with United, nothing is ever straightforward. But if this gets done, it ticks one major box for Amorim's rebuild. Goalkeeper sorted, at least on paper. Midfielder next? We'll see. So, the headline, Senne Lammens to Manchester United, deal advanced, personal terms agreed, fee almost done. He might not be the blockbuster name fans dreamed of, but hey, sometimes you don't need flashy, you just need solid hands. And after last season, trust me, United could really use them. Alright football fans, buckle up, because this transfer saga is pure chaos. So, Roma thought they'd bag themselves a superstar winger this summer. First choice, Jadon Sancho. You know, £73 million Sancho, the guy United hyped up as the next big thing after Dortmund. Problem is, he's been a shadow of himself in Manchester, falling out with coaches, shipped on loan to Dortmund, then to Chelsea, where he did actually help them win the Conference League. Not bad, right? But here's where it gets spicy. Chelsea were so desperate not to keep him, they paid a £5 million penalty fee just to send him back. United, meanwhile, are desperate to slash their wage bill Sancho's on a ridiculous £250 a week. So when Roma came calling with a £20 million loan to buy deal, United basically said, yes please, take him off our hands. Except, Sancho wasn't having it. Nope, the man flat out rejected Roma. Why? Because apparently, dropping his massive wages is only worth it if he joins a slightly more competitive club. Translation, Roma aren't shiny enough for him. And United fans, they're fuming, calling him out for milking the club dry. So what did Roma do? Easy. They swerved. Instead of Sancho, they've opened talks with Chelsea's 19-year-old starlet, Tyrique George. The kid's got talent, bags of pace, and Chelsea know it, but George also knows he won't get minutes stuck behind that bloated Chelsea squad. Roma see him as one of their main targets now. But it won't be a free run. Leipzig are sniffing around, and a few Prem clubs fancy him too. Chelsea would prefer to loan him, but they might cash in if George pushes for a permanent move. And Sancho? His story ain't done yet. Inter Milan are circling, keeping tabs on the situation. He was apparently more flexible about wages with Juventus, so maybe he'll play ball with Inter. Oh, and Besiktas wanted him too, but Sancho said no, at least for now. If he doesn't land anywhere in Europe before the 1st of September, he might consider Turkey, since their window runs until the 13th. So, here's the soap opera. Roma ditch Sancho for Chelsea's next big thing, while Sancho himself waits for Inter to come calling. Honestly, this transfer window never misses with the drama. Tottenham fans, hold on to your seats, because this one's messy. So here's the situation. Spurs were ready to smash the bank for Savinho. We're talking beyond 80 million euros. Yes, you heard that right, a record-shattering fee. The dream? Bring the Brazilian wonderkid to North London and make him a new attacking jewel. But here's the kicker. Man City have shut it down. Completely. Pep's board basically said, "Nice bid, lads, but Savinho isn't for sale. Not now, not ever." Ouch. Even a monster bid wouldn't twist City's arm, which means Spurs are left staring at an impossible deal. And yet, you know Spurs. A few people inside the club are still clinging to the tiniest hope of a late twist, like the transfer gods suddenly deciding to smile on them. But most of the management? They've moved on. No one wants to waste deadline week chasing a player City have locked up tighter than Fort Knox. So, what's next? Well, Tottenham have turned the radar back on and are scanning for fresh options. Attacking reinforcements remain the priority, but the names are shifting. Nico Paz? Yeah, they've been sniffing around, but that's messy, too complicated clauses, tricky ownership, the usual transfer headache. And then there's the curveball, Lucas Paquetá. Sources say Spurs have been told he's a better value deal than Savinho. And guess what? West Ham's board have confirmed Tottenham are indeed in the mix. Imagine that Paquetá in white, adding samba flair to Angeball. That would turn a few heads. Oh, and just to spice things up, Leicester's Bilal El Khannouss is also on the radar. Palace want him as an Eze replacement, Spurs fancy him as another creative spark. Deadline week is going to get very interesting. So here's the reality check. Tottenham went all in for Savinho, City laughed them off, and now it's plan B, C, and maybe even D. Paquetá? Possible. Paz? Complicated. El Khannouss? Up for grabs. Whatever happens, Spurs have to move fast. The window is ticking down, the fans are desperate, and the squad still needs that extra attacking magic. One thing's for sure, Tottenham's transfer drama isn't done just yet. Alright, that's the latest chapter in this wild transfer window, and honestly, it's only getting crazier. Roma swerving Sancho, Spurs chasing every creative spark they can find, United scrambling to fix their squad, pure chaos, right? But now I want to hear from you who's making the smartest moves this window, and who's just wasting time and money. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more transfer drama updates, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next twist. Because trust me, this window, it's not done yet.